Hello, everyone. Welcome to twitch.tv/, The Onyx Path. I am Travis Legg. My pronouns are he and they, and I will be your director this evening as we delve into a one shot of They Came from the Cyclops' Cave, entitled The Sorcerer Sword. And what makes tonight's one shot special is that we will be using the quick play rules from the They Came from the RPG Anthology Kickstarter, which is currently live and has, as of the start of this stream, something along the lines of like 16 hours left, and we are looks like about $470 away from unlocking the next stretch goal, which adds an additional genre to the book. So definitely, if you've not yet gone over and backed that, please do so now. If you're the type of person who waits to the last minute, as the wise Stanley Spadowski once said, this is it. This is the last minute. So go over and show your support to the They Came from the RPG anthology. I also have another thing I want to call to your attention, as today was the release of two amazing products from Onyx Path Publishing. First off, the World Below Ashcan edition is out. This is a sort of slice of the forthcoming setting called The World Below, which is part of the Earthbane cycle. This has basically a brief overview of the system, all of the subsystems that you need in order to run the adventure that's contained within, a couple of pre-generated characters, and a small adventure. And it gives you a sort of surface level introduction to The World Below. The World Below is the first game that will fully use the Storypath Ultra rules. Though, if you are interested in Storypath Ultra, it is also in the They Came from the RPG anthology, which is another reason to go back that Kickstarter. And then, of course, today was also the release of the Adventure Jumpstart Stampede of Justice, which is now available in PDF and POD. So you can head over and pick that up as well for Trinity Continuum Adventure. And while I am digging that up, did all of our lovely players have an opportunity to name their characters yet?
So
Yes.
this is like supposed to be sort of like a classical Greek setting.
Well, so here's what I'm thinking the Sorcerer Sword is going to be. Yes, a classical Greek setting is part of what can be covered by They Came from the Cyclops' Cave. And really any sort of fantasy film, ranging back to early stop motion all the way up into, the sort of New Zealand produced fantasy television series of, Hercules Xena type things. What our particular story today is going to be, if you'd imagine like a 1980s fantasy film. The title is probably in like metallic lettering on the VHS box. There is a painting of a very muscular man who never appears in the film, who is wearing only a loincloth, which is also not clothing that anyone wears in the film. And there's a woman.
Amalina's sunglasses.
Right, and there's a woman grabbing onto his oiled leg, almost slipping off of it, wearing the tattered remains. Right, exactly. Wearing the tattered remains of what was once a bikini.
All right. Well then,
I needed that. I did.
in honor of Gabriel and the aesthetic, I will name my character Gabrielle Frazetta's daughter.
Excellent. I love it. Wonderful. Next up, Milena, have you picked a name for your character?
Yes, my character's name is Deuce.
Deuce? I love it. It's perfect. Allie, have you picked a name for your character?
Yes, I'm Poppy.
Poppy? I love it.
it.
I love it. And Sarah, have you picked a name for your character?
Yes, it is Gwendolyn.
Wonderful. And Gwendolyn is a sage, correct?
Correct.
We start our movie. We had some technical issues getting in. Traffic was bad on the way to the theater, and we thought maybe we would just miss the previews. But they don't run a lot of previews at the kind of cruddy art house theaters that would show a fine piece of cinematic detritus, such as the Sorcerer's Sword. So you all got here about 15 minutes after the movie started. What you have missed in the previous reels is that Gwendolyn, the sage, has assembled this ragtag band of heroes to go and acquire a artifact known as the Sorcerer's Sword. And the reason for this quest is because a vicious and one might even say villainous serpent person by the name of Pythonia appears to have corrupted and seduced an individual, a local folk hero from this region. Supposedly, according to legends, the Sorcerer's Sword can only be removed from the dungeon in which it is kept by someone who is a true hero of the people. So Gwendolyn discovered that Pythonia had tricked local folk hero Dirk the Destroyer into descending down into the dungeons to get the Sorcerer's Sword. And she's assembled these heroes to try and stop them before Pythonia gets her hand on the sword and unleashes the might of the serpent cult across the entire world.
What's our movie rated?
Well, after all the trouble I went through to put all the warnings on this, thanks to Twitch's new policies, we're going to just say you're rated R. But it's like 1980s
Yay!
R. So.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Very good.
So as everybody walks in and sits down, finds their seats, gets their popcorn settled in, our heroes are riding on horseback up to the giant hole in the earth where that is supposed to lead to the dungeon. And as you all arrive, you see beautiful trees sort of laid out. There's this sort of opening in the earth that leads down to what you can see just the very top of the light kisses the very top of a stairwell. But as you're making your way toward it, what appear to be 5 skeletons make their way in between you and the opening. These skeletons are all stop motion animated, but it looks like the animators were either rushed or the budget was suffered a little bit of setbacks. So they're actually animated at half the frame rate of the rest of the film. So their movement is extra jerky. As you see this group of extra jerky skeletons step out into the way, what would you all like to do?
Beat it up.
All right, it's your plan. Your plan is to start an attack. How would you like
We
to?
have to get in the hole, right?
You do have to get in the hole. That is true.
And they're stopping me from getting the hole, right?
That is also true.
Are they carrying any weapons? Do they have swords?
They all have swords. Yes, their swords are rusty, and they have like little bits broken out of them, like little. So they're sort of serrated because they're chipped and cracked and broken.
I'm going to collect some of those.
Do my powers only work once or do they work anytime?
What's that?
Do my powers only work once or do they work anytime?
So I think the only one that you can only use once is your gaze.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but you'd have to double check that on your sheet in your tropes.
It doesn't say anything about only using it one.
Oh, well, in that case,
It says if you open your eyes, you can temporarily paralyze those that meet your gaze. You take no penalties or complications because of darkness. And that's all it says.
awesome. Well, in that case, yes. What is your role as?
Okay. Once per story, you can remove your blindfold and open your
Oh.
eyes and roll mysticism
Yeah, so it's
to
one.
inflict
So
the
it's
paralyzed condition on your opponents on a success. Oh, okay.
yeah, so it's once a story.
I'll save it.
Okay, you sure?
No, I'm gonna paralyze them with my gaze. Because if like in a movie they would do that right away, they'd be like, "Oh, look at this cool power that we'll never see again." So I'm gonna go. Phew.
Excellent. Go ahead and give me a roll. Since you're trying to affect several of them, what I'll do is if you get a success on it, it will automatically paralyze the first one. Every additional success will let you paralyze an additional one. So what is the roll that's listed for your
Says, sorry, I need to find it again. Mysticism and presence.
all right. So if you look, I believe science on these sheets is used for mysticism. We are using the official They Came From Beneath the Sea release for Roll20, and then with some modifications that I made real quick. Pro tip, if you want to reflect the way Ultra dice work with They Came From Beneath the Sea on Roll20, all you gotta do is go into the character sheet settings, and where it says see if you go into, where is it at, the little there's a little gear in the character sheet. When you have system options, put 11. That way it won't roll anything again. You can just count your tens twice, and now you have ultra mechanics. Congratulations. All right, so please go ahead and give me a mysticism and what was it, cunning?
Presence, and I got a 1 success.
Excellent. So you did. On that note, you freeze one of them in place. This rouses the others to combat. Everybody is now paying attention. This one, the one that was right up front, turns to stone. And as he does, it's a pretty slow process. It takes about 30 seconds for the animation to take place. And that's just a side effect of, again, low budgets. And they really want, since they spent a little money on it, they really want to spend some time on it. But now that we've had that time for them to go ahead and do their thing, you may all roll your initiative. And in the quick play rules of They Came From, your initiative is the higher, let's see, of either your athletics plus cunning or your empathy plus dexterity.
Empathy plus dexterity, or what's the other one?
Athletics plus cunning.
It doesn't say how many I have in each of them.
There should be dots. If-
Yeah, no, I have like just lines, but no like dots on the lines. I need to probably open the Dropbox thing, because in the Dropbox it did have it, but in the Roll20 it doesn't.
Right, you should be able. Are you saying you can't see your character sheet in Roll20?
I can see my character sheet, but there's just lines, no dots, and it doesn't tell me how much I.
There should be I think you might just need to open it further, maybe.
It's open. It just doesn't tell me. I have like lines, but no dots on the lines. So it's athletics and what?
It's athletics plus. Let's see.
Last time I had to do this too. I had to have the sheet open separately to
Oh, that's
see
because
how many
you're
dots I-
using it on mobile, right?
No, I'm on my laptop.
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
Uh,
Last time I was the same.
what's up?
3.
Yeah.
So there's an initiative box right below health, the big health header.
Mhm.
But you can select any skill, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
We're playing quick play rules.
Right. The quick play rules are just
Oh, okay.
yeah, athletics plus cunning or empathy plus dexterity, whichever is higher.
Do I have weapons or do I not have weapons?
You can have whatever kind of weapon you want. Whatever weapon you're carrying gives you a +1 enhancement. And who was it that told me they got 3 successes?
Oh, I didn't get 3 successes. I got 3 bubbles. Do I get to roll 3 dice then?
So you would roll when you take the appropriate skill and you hit the 10-sided die next to it. Then it should ask you
Yeah.
what attribute you're rolling with it, and you select that from the drop down.
Oh, I just do it on my phone. But I got 2 successes. I got a 10 and a 9.
Excellent. 10s count as 2, so that's 3 successes.
So I did get 3. I did not lie to you.
Excellent. And how many for Gwendolyn?
1.
1 success. Excellent.
1 for me as well.
Glorious.
I got nothing.
All right. The first action will go to what was it? Poppy, our puppet. Poppy.
Yep,
Yes.
that's me.
What would you like to do?
All right.
As you see the first skeleton slowly turn to stone, what would you like to do?
So I will start floating in the air because why walk when you can fly?
Excellent.
And it will appear like, not like in my hands, but it'll look like I pulled it out of somewhere, and it'll just be like a ridiculous sword, like probably taller than me.
Excellent. So you
'Cause
pull
I'm
an enormous sword out of hammer space as you float into the
Oh,
air.
that doesn't sound familiar at all, Allie.
It's not a hammer, it's a sword. I had to pick an obsession. So I was like, what will there be a lot of? And then Travis said we were on a sword expedition. So I was like, well, that's why I'm here. And I will teleport over to the first one and stab it while trying to obsessively take its sword.
Excellent. Go ahead and give me a close combat and might roll, please. You have 1 enhancement on that roll.
Mm,
And your difficulty
not my
is
skill set.
you just need 1 success to hit these skeletons. They're not that tough.
All right. I got a 10 and an 8.
3.
Excellent. That's 3 successes. So you hit, and it will take. So that's actually 4 successes with your enhancement. Okay, 1 second. Glorious. Excellent. So you do 3 levels of health to the first skeleton, rendering it heavily damaged, but still up.
Did I take its sword? That was what I was going for.
If you'd like to only do 1 point of damage, you can have taken its sword.
Gonna be honest, probably would do that.
Excellent. So you yank the sword from its hand. You swing your sword, and it catches on one of the chips in the enemy's blade. And then you use that to pull the sword toward you, and the enemy's hand comes off with the sword, so it's still holding on.
Do I have more movement to go away?
No, it was everything you had to get there. But
Okay.
at this point, because the stop motion characters are so disturbing, I need everyone to roll integrity plus composure, please.
Oh.
Two.
Two.
0.
Gwendolyn's not doing so hot.
No, I'm not.
I rolled a 1.
I'm old and tired.
As you all see the skeletons in action, Gwendolyn begins to panic and suffers the panic condition. You've been filled with fear. Perhaps you just can't take it anymore. Either way, you'll do anything to get away from what causes you distress. Gain a reckless retreat enhancement of 2 on any actions taken to escape, though this enhancement acts as a complication on any actions taken to confront the source of your fear. And if you abandon someone or something of great value to escape, you gain a rewrite. Also, if you confront and overcome the source of the fear, you gain a rewrite. And on that note, that brings us to your action. What would you like to do?
I don't fucking know.
Do you want to run or try to push forth through the fear and attack the skeletons?
I'll try. I'll try to attack. I don't know. Like, what would I have? Like a bow and arrow? Would that be?
Sure, you can have a bow and arrow. You can also, because you are a sage, you can use the magical effects of any of the cinematics. So if you look at the cinematics PDF I sent you, for example, you have the spread your wings magical effect. You can spend 3 rewrites to basically name a source of flight. You grow wings, you cast a spell, something along those lines. And you can fly for the remainder of the scene, for example. You can use spiritual healing. You can use in accordance with the prophecy, which costs 2 rewrites, and basically lets you magically succeed on your next attack. Or you
That's
can
cool.
just shoot them with a bow and arrow if you want to. That's fine.
I think I'm just gonna do that.
Excellent.
How do I do that?
So that would be an aim plus dexterity roll.
One.
Excellent. That hits and deals 1 point of damage to the. Oh wait, you have the complication because you're afraid. So you fire. You can still choose to hit, but not overcome your complication, which means that effectively you will fire and then turn and start running away. Or you can choose to miss.
I guess I'll choose to miss, and then turn off my camera so that I can take my contacts out because it's going crazy.
Excellent.
All right.
You do so. You can all see that Gwendolyn is now shivering with fear, and it is your action, Milena. What would you like to do?
I don't want to punch the skeleton in the face.
You may do so. That would be a close combat and might roll, please.
Close combat. Wait, do I even have that good? Yeah, I'm pretty good at that. Cool. Might.
If you want a sword, I'm gonna have a collection at the end of this.
I was thinking that I have like a gun that shoots an arrow.
Like a
Because of the
crossbow.
times. 2 successes.
Excellent. Are you punching the one that hasn't been engaged yet, or one that, or the one that, what was it? Poppin is
Poppy.
is firing or is fighting with.
The extra one. Yeah, like I feel like Poppy can handle it.
All right, you rush forward and punch this dude right in his face, and he takes 1 damage.
Right in his face.
His jaw sort of rattles around a little bit, but eventually settles back into place. That brings us to our.
I'd love to see that animated, actually.
That brings us to our stop motion skeletons. The one who you took the sword from is going to swipe his hand at you. Just try to sort of grab a hold of you, Poppy.
The one hand that's left,
Yes.
or his little nub.
His nubbins. He's gonna poke me.
All right. Why don't you go ahead and roll your stamina for me real quick, if you don't mind, Poppy?
Okay. I got 110, so 2 successes.
Excellent. As it swipes at you, its bony fingers harmlessly bounce off of your torso. The next stop motion skeleton rattles forward and takes a swing at our inhuman friend. Go ahead and roll stamina for me, if you don't mind, Melena. This one does have their sword still, though.
Ugh. Attribute only.
Yes, attribute only for the stamina.
Ew.
Excellent. Well, you got
Not eggs.
you got a botched roll, so you gained 2 more rewrites. And as I mentioned, I believe at the beginning of the stream, but we had a tech issue. It was due to your recent birthday, Rachel. You're going to get double rewrites for the start of the session. So you started out with 8, and you gained 2 more from this botch. So now you have 10 rewrites that you can spend on cinematics. You can also spend rewrites.
How much does the cinematic cost?
It should say in the
It
cinematic.
says. I see it.
Yep.
I see it in the.
One second. You can also use rewrites to add enhancement to an action on a 1-for-1 basis after the dice have been rolled and there's at least 1 success. You can spend 2 rewrites to change a failure into a success, or you can spend rewrites to initiate cinematics. So, as this skeleton steps forward and stabs you, you are effectively grappled until you're able to pull this sword out of you, because it goes in between your ribs and comes out in your back as you suffer 2 levels of damage.
And then I just click that.
Yep. You just click the first 2, and that should bring you down to, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it last ditch effort?
No, you should have just a flesh wound, and that'll leave a scar should be filled in for you.
Yeah.
So while you're at that level, you gain an extra die on all your skill rolls.
Nice.
I get a what? An extra die?
Extra dice.
Yep, 1 extra die every time you roll your skills. However, the other 2 stop motion skeletons that are there to gang up on you can also gang up on you, so they're going to do so.
Mm.
The first one got 2 successes with their enhancement. That's 3. And the second one is going to run forward because that 3 levels of damage brings you, I believe, to death scene, correct?
So how many did I get?
You took 3 more.
Yeah, I'm at death scene.
Excellent. You can take 1 final action or utter a dramatic sentence just at the right time.
Hang on, I'm gonna buy a cinematic.
Yeah, could we save her?
Excellent. Yes, you can spend 1 rewrite to immediately take only 1 damage.
Yeah, it's the I'm okay, right?
Yep.
I want to take the I'm okay.
Excellent. So that brings all your damage for the round just down to the 1 health.
To the just a flesh wound.
Yep. But the other skeleton.
Even though the sword went through my chest.
And you were stabbed 3 more times.
Exactly. Yes. Despite your pincushion-like status, you are largely okay.
That was a good
No,
call.
I feel like
It's
there's
just
like some trick cinematography going on where like they film the camera from the side, so it looks like someone is stabbing you in the torso. But like,
Yeah,
oh,
like-
the camera
like you put
pans
the
around and
sword
they totally
in
miss.
the arm.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Like I turn around and the sword is like pinned in my arm.
Yes, a mere glancing blow. That brings us to our scoundrel. What would you like to do, Rachel?
Oh, okay. So I don't really have any combat stuff on my sheet. So what I would like to do is let me double check which one is me. All right. So I would like to move up to this skeleton.
Okay.
And yeah, so I don't have any combat, but I do have larceny, so I would like to take its sword away.
Excellent. Go ahead and give me a larceny and I would say probably dexterity roll.
Okay.
Wonderful.
No
That is
successes.
it's 3 because 10s all count as 2. So you run past it and just snatch the sword out of its hand as it continues stumbling forward.
When
This
she
I
does
will
that, I'm gonna say, keep your blades sharp, but your mind's sharper.
excellent. That is a quip. That will give you +1 enhancement on your next roll. Then that will also allow the sage to give me another. Let's do integrity and composure roll, please, to see if you can overcome your fear. Did you roll, Sarah? Sorry.
I totally didn't hear what you said to roll.
Oh,
I thought you were gonna. I thought you were still.
Integrity and composure, please.
Sorry, I was thinking about what I was doing next. Why aren't you working, you dumb bitch?
What's not working?
Roller. Oh, it's because I opened it in the other window. It's fine. Integrity and what? I'm sorry.
Integrity and composure.
Two.
Excellent. You rattle loose the fear, no pun intended, and that brings us back around to Poppy. What you got?
I am gonna teleport over to the one that has a sword left.
Excellent.
I'm not kidding. I'm collecting swords, and then I'm gonna take it.
In fairness, 2 of them have swords left. Just one of them, their sword is currently in the Inhuman's armpit. So you teleport over here, and you're going to snatch the sword.
Yeah.
Go
I'll
ahead
take
and
the one that's less difficult to grab.
give me the close combat and might roll, please.
Can I argue for stamina instead of might?
No, but you can argue for dexterity instead of might.
That's a pointless argument because they're the same. Can I use my sword to try to pry it out to have a +1 enhancement?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I could just cut the sword off. I don't know if you can cut through bone like that, but that's
Sure, why not? It's paper mache bone. Also, you also have a +1 enhancement from your quip. Don't forget. So it's really a +2 enhancement.
nice. So I roll 1 dice and get +2.
Well, you roll whatever your close combat and
Yeah, it's 1.
and then your might.
I got 0 successes. My might is 1.
So that should be 2 successes, right?
Oh no, I have no close combat. I am just
Oh.
effing around here. This is
Gotcha.
complete fuckery.
All right, excellent. You swing and miss horribly. That brings us back around to Gwendolyn. What would you like to do?
So, which of them are up?
All of them are still up. This
Okay.
one is disarmed, if you can see the ping.
Yep.
This one is disarmed. This one's sword is stuck in the Inhuman at the moment. And this one is up and fully armed.
Okay. then I'm going to shoot an arrow at that one.
Excellent.
Can you refresh my memory on how I do that?
That would be aim and dexterity.
How does mysticism work? Can I
Mysticism.
just make up a spell that I know?
Yes, and then you would spend rewrites to fuel it.
Fireball, fireball, fireball.
I got none.
Excellent. You fire and it goes wide, but you have done your level best.
I did my bit.
You did your bit. That brings us to our inhuman friend.
I am gonna hold the sword under my arm and I'm gonna headbutt the skeleton that's holding it that tried to stab me.
Excellent. Give me close combat plus might, please.
Don't lose your sunglasses.
Close combat. Sorry, I'm opening my sheet again.
Okay.
We can see in your glasses.
Really? So I can't be on Pinterest. Close combat. So if I like, well, I mean,
See you clicking around.
What do I have an additional dice because I almost died? It's +1, right?
You get a +1 enhancement, but not extra dice. No.
Oh, it's not an extra dice. So how does the enhancement work?
If
Yeah.
you get successes, they count as extra.
Oh, you have to succeed.
Yes.
Yes.
It's tricky.
I got 1 success.
Excellent. So that will count as 3, and that is enough to take that one down.
Cool. I hand the sword to Poppy, and I will say one of my quips, which is, hang on. Everything I have is big, including my heart. Don't you dare break it.
Excellent. You may have a +1 enhancement on your next action. That brings us to our remaining stop motion skeletons. This one that's still up and still armed and still angry is going to take a swipe at the inhuman.
Because of course.
Well,
Of course.
you're the tank, kind of, right?
Kind of.
It swings and misses horribly. This one is going to stumble over in this direction and take a swing at the scoundrel with a bare hand.
Just one, though, because it only has one.
Correct. Go ahead, and if you don't mind, roll stamina for me, please, Rachel.
Just raw stamina?
Just raw stamina, yep.
Okay.
Just
Raw
to say
dog,
that
the stamina.
if this was our D&D game, this would be over in 2 seconds.
1 success.
Yes,
Melina would have
and
blinked and they all would have been destroyed.
yes, and if my grandma had wheels, she'd be a wagon.
I mean, Ithrid would be like, well, they're not edible, so I might as well just turn them into ice cubes.
Right, exactly. All right, so yeah, 1 success on your stamina. You still take 2 health damage as it hits you in the face. However, its hand shatters when it does so, dealing it another point of damage.
Got no nubbins. Got 2 nubbins now.
And now it's just got spiky arm bones.
Which could hurt a lot if you get stabbed with the edge of.
Why's it gotta be spiky? Why can't it be dull?
So I would be at that'll leave a scar?
Yes.
Okay.
Which gives you a +1 die on all of your skills. Don't forget, when you're wounded, you get bonus dice to your skills.
Oh, that's
But
cool.
that's what I asked about
Yeah.
last time.
Oh, yes. From your wound, yeah, you get an extra bonus die. Do you want to roll? Do you want to roll 1 die to see if you hit it?
It's okay.
All right.
Maybe. Should I roll the die? Like, would it
Do
die?
it.
Okay.
Yeah, we want it to
can I
die.
just roll the 1 die.
I can roll you one. I can roll
Roll
you
me a
one.
die. Roll me a die.
All right. 7.
That is not a hit. Excellent. It has had
Damn it.
it has had no effect.
You
but
couldn't have lied, Allie.
aside from slowing things down, no effect whatsoever has taken place.
We've hit the slow motion part of
Now-
the fight.
And now may the gods have mercy upon your soul. All right, the next, this one who is
Oh,
also disarmed, right? Yeah, they're all disarmed now.
They're all disarmed.
Is going
And
to
one of them is disarmed. Get
take.
it?
Yes, I do.
stop it.
No, so those two have both acted. That leaves this one down here, who's going to run up
God.
towards Gwendolyn and take a swipe with a bony nubbin.
Not the nubbin.
I'm gonna say you're entirely too brave for someone within knife range, which is one of my quips.
Excellent.
Oh, that's a good one.
That will give you a +1 enhancement, which you can use on this stamina roll that you need to make.
Oh.
Oops. Attribute only.
Yep.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna yell, "Human sacrifice is better than puppet sacrifice."
Well, it was a 0. I rolled 0 because I have no dice.
The
Wait,
ones,
it says I got
No, it
one.
says
I
one
don't understand.
success.
yeah, no, you have 0 enhancements. It says. But
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
You got 1 success. So as long as you get 1 success, the ones don't matter. But that also activates your enhancement. So you have 2 successes now because you had the enhancement from the quip. So you deftly avoid the swinging nubbin. Which sounds like
I don't like to
This-
get touched by
This
nubbins.
whole scene,
Sounds
right
like
now is
the-
just kind of like, what are these people doing here?
it is the worst nightclub in all of Europe, which is where this is clearly being filmed. The swinging nubbin. Yes. So that brings us. That brings us to our scoundrel, Rachel. What would you like to do now that you have the sword that you have stolen?
So I think Gabrielle looks at the sword, looks at the skeleton, goes, haha, and with 0 skill or training, just tries to whap at it.
Excellent. Go ahead and give me that. Just, I guess, a might roll since you don't have close combat.
I've
par
got
for
1
for
dot
the
in
course.
might.
You got this. It's all about confidence.
But I get 1 bonus die from the wound, right?
You do, absolutely.
Yeah, don't forget that. That's extra help for sure.
Yeah, for any skill roll. So, like, it doesn't apply to defense, but it applies.
I rolled
Excellent.
a 4 and a 5.
You swing and
Oh, no.
it goes embarrassingly wide.
All right, so if
As expected.
possible, I would like to use a rewrite for that swing Y to actually be a feint,
Okay.
and then like carve into like its thoracic vertebrae.
Excellent. So you would use, let me just double check the costs on that because you're turning a failure into success. So that would be 2 rewrites to do so.
I'll take it.
Excellent. You feint and then swing back around and knock the vertebrae out of the skeleton, destroying it. And what had happened was the stunt coordinator was late getting back from lunch, which is why you had had such a hard time with the early part of this fight scene, but it seems to be going much better now.
So Gabrielle will say in an accent that is not the accent she normally uses, thief is a king until they're caught, which is one of her quips.
Excellent. You may gain a +1 enhancement on your next roll. That brings us around to Poppy. What would you like to do now that you have 3 swords, I think, in your hand at this point?
Oh, I do. I'm so excited right now. It's like a bouquet of swords.
Isn't
You're
it 4?
a human
Because you have
Cuisinart.
the sword you started with, and then the 3.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
4
Yes.
swords.
Um,
4 swords and 7 years ago.
that's how this legend started. And how many rewrites is it so I can make up a spell that I know? And how long do I know that spell?
So if you want to do a magical effect, it just goes off once, and then you would have to spend rewrites to have a similar or different magical effect go off. Any major spells are going to be 3 rewrites, and you will target them with a mysticism and probably intellect roll.
Okay, so how do can I fight with mysticism without spells? Or like, I'm not really sure because I don't close combat, so I'm not really sure what to do.
Yeah, no, mysticism is pretty much either recognizing magic or just flat out using it. You also do have your distracting dust trope.
And I can blind people, but I thought I could only do that once.
That's
How often can I do that? Once per story.
Once per story. Okay. Yep. So one time in the movie, we don't have a lot of budget for that sort of thing.
It's
The
pretty
CG
epic.
budget is like minimal.
Yeah. So, what is enigmas used for? Sorry.
Solving puzzles.
Guys, my skill set here is not for this.
Maybe
I
maybe you shouldn't run in like a barbarian.
I don't know how to play anything else. But to be fair, I needed that sword. And it's been going well for me. I have a bouquet of swords.
How many rewrites for Lulu to just parachute in right now?
That would be awesome.
Doctor Strange
can
appears, opens a portal.
Can I reason with the skeleton?
No, because they are undead. They are incapable of reasoning.
And dead
Right,
people.
well, I'm just gonna try to, I don't know, stab somebody, I guess.
All right, go ahead and give me
Famous last words.
a close combat might roll, please.
I mean, when in doubt, stab.
Is that a quip? It should be. I got a 5.
Excellent, swing and a miss. That brings us back around to Gwendolyn. Now, also Gwendolyn, you can do the same thing. You can spend 3 rewrites to make a magical effect that you would target with mysticism and intellect.
Okay. Well, give me a minute. Just a minute. That's one of my quips. And then I am going to hold on.
Sure.
My ideas have shifted slightly. I was looking at this though. This is what I was looking at.
Okay.
I don't want to be that asshole who waited until it was their turn to actually look.
Totally fine. The skeleton is paused as you look it over, and the screen has little bands of fuzziness that move up and down as someone is fixing the tracking on the VHS projector that this film is showing on.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
it could be like one of those old timey projectors, and the film reel ran out, and the projector was just not on the ball to change canisters.
Excellent.
All right, I think I figured out what I'm gonna do. So, I'm gonna reach down in my pocket and pull out my shiny pocket watch, and I'm gonna rub it,
Okay.
and out is going to pop a spirit from the lamp. That's the trope I have.
Excellent.
But it says scale 1 creatures from the Fiend's Most Foul chapter. I don't have that info, so
Wonderful.
I don't know what it is.
So we'll say a giant bird of prey, like a raptor, flies out. Go ahead and give me a mysticism and intellect roll to target that raptor's attack on this poor skeleton's head.
I will quip sorcery, my least favorite muscle.
And then I have how many extras from the quip?
Just it's an enhancement of 1. So, any,
Oh, it just automatically does. Okay.
yep.
Oh, I have a lot of that.
Excellent.
3.
And plus the
And then
enhancement,
4,
that's
yeah.
4. Yep. So it flies out from your watch and just decapitates this stop motion skeleton in front of you. Your fear completely is abated by this. And the last skeleton starts shaking and shivering, its bones audibly rattling as we come around to our Inhuman's turn. What was your name? What was your character's name again, Melina?
I'm going to yell at it. Your thread of fate is about to run out. That's my other quip.
Excellent. You'll have a +1 enhancement on your next action.
Deuce.
Deuce, that's right. What is Deuce doing?
They're all dead though, right?
No, there's one that's still up that's right in front of you.
Oh, I'm gonna also punch it again in the face-ticle.
Excellent. Go ahead and make
That's
your might and close
Close
combat check.
combat and what?
Close combat and might.
Might. And then do I still get a dice for being injured?
Yes, and you get the enhancement for your quip.
2 plus an enhancement.
And it's 3 because the 10 counts as 2.
Yeah.
So that's 4 successes. So you knock its head clean off, and its head rolls down inside of the gateway, down the stairs into the darkness.
Cool. I strike a pose. The camera pans over my muscular body.
Excellent.
Do you still have your shirt on, or has that come off at this point?
Oh no, full baby
Well, it
oil.
was ripped when, I got
Oh, when you were
stabbed.
stabbed 8 times?
That's why it happened that way. So
It's just,
we could
the
show
shirt
off
is
the
just
beefcake.
falling off of you with the slow pan.
Yeah,
as
the
it
shirt
just
is good.
falls.
Yes, you have a really bad, like, William Shatner, Captain Kirk rip on your shirt. Like, your neckline is still intact, and your waistline is still intact, and everything else is just kind of shredded.
And it's the 80s, so you definitely have a hairy chest.
Definitely. We cut rather unceremoniously to the inside of the of this entryway as you all step in. It's dark, but not so dark that you can't see. There's some
The darkness doesn't affect me.
there's some torchlight on the walls, and yeah, it's a stairway that seems to be going down. It's very clear to you, or very clear to the audience, that the walls of this stairway are a lovely matte painting. But despite the angle of the stairs moving downward, you're just kind of walking straight through the room. What would you like to do as you enter this area?
I'm gonna look for
I'm
traps or
absolutely
magic.
not. Yeah, you go first. I got
You
your back,
go-
buddy.
I didn't say I'm going first. I said I'm looking.
All right,
I'm not like,
go ahead and roll mysticism plus cunning if you don't mind, or enigmas plus cunning, your choice.
Wait, no, we
I'll
shouldn't
do
send the squishy
mysticism.
wizard first. We should send the beefcake first.
the beefcake is a pincushion. We might need to send.
Exactly.
What?
I can go first. I am the leader and the chosen one, after all.
Man, 2 successes.
Excellent. As you're looking around, you realize that there are pressure plates on the stairs that will cause blades to shoot out of the sides here.
Okay, can I tell where the blades are going to shoot out?
You absolutely can, yes. And you can also see where the pressure plates are. It's not much of a problem for you because you float. But,
It's true.
so you
Well,
can...
okay.
Are they gonna come all the way, or I need a description of where I see the blades coming out because, ooh, knives.
They're like big rotary blades, like, in Temple of Doom, or not Temple of Doom, in Last Crusade, the Breath of God trap, like where this like spinning blade comes out and fills the hallway. That's effectively what happened.
Oh, okay. Yep, don't want that one.
And we harvest them.
The blades,
Yes.
they would be unwieldy at best,
Okay.
and they're also like built into the wall. Like they only stick out about halfway from the wall.
All right, I'm going to
That's
call that a
terrible
saw. That's
design.
not a blade. But I will tell everybody. Well, I can carry one person at a time over this if you want me to.
Is that the
I can
approach?
imagine that scene.
It's just got to be one at a time.
Isn't there a way you can
The
just
puppet.
rewrite us
I
on
am
the
a
other
puppet.
side?
But we could save the rewrites and I could do it for free.
But who gives a shit? We've got like a stockpile of rewrites, like toilet
I have
paper
6
on
left.
COVID. I don't know. 6 still seems like a lot.
I mean,
mean-
can my character just get impatient and leap across?
You absolutely can. Go ahead and give me an athletics and probably dexterity. roll.
Okay. I like these dexterity rolls. I'm good at that.
We
Famous
can't
last
save
words,
them
Rachel.
for next session. So
Does Rachel have advantage because it was her birthday very recently?
That's the extra rewrites.
No, but that's what the extra
so it is
rewrites
a
were for.
collective benefit.
I feel like we're going to need the rewrites when we fight something next.
So if you'd like, you can spend one of those rewrites for an enhancement so that you can get across this without triggering the trap.
I could.
Oh, I get an enhancement from my quip.
Oh, then you're good to go. You leap over the pressure plates. Like, this is easy. Everything's fine.
I'll turn around, give a theatrical bow, and that's how it's done.
Well, if she can do it.
All right. Go ahead and make your athletics and dex roll, please.
are we all supposed to be doing that?
If you're going to try to just mosey across, yes.
Oh Lord.
I could carry you. I can
3
still carry you.
successes.
Yep. So,
I do a karate kick across.
yeah, Deuce jumps in the air and does like a roundhouse kick and lands on the other side safely.
Chuck Norris.
I get none.
Do you
Do you want me to carry you? I can carry you.
Uh-uh.
Okay.
No,
I
I'm
will
living
just,
dangerously.
I will
Fuck
just,
it. I didn't make this character. I don't give a shit.
I'll just float across.
All right, you float across as your sage steps out onto the pressure plate and takes 2 levels of damage as the blades come whirring across before you pull her free.
Suck it, knives. I don't know how I'm supposed to select this. Am I just supposed to remember?
There should be little boxes you can check next to each of the health
Yeah,
levels.
they don't really check.
But it's not checking, though.
Yeah, they don't check.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
let
mine
me,
didn't check last time. I just remembered.
Yeah, me too.
let me see if I can get that fixed up for you right quick. Oh, the check boxes are not checking, I see. That's,
Yeah, we're not lying to you. It's crazy.
yeah. I'll see what I can do about getting that corrected. Thank you. All right. So yeah, you're at 2. All right. As you move past the first trap and come to the next room, you step into an area where it's very clear that this giant coin-like carving was once suspended from the ceiling, but has since fallen down. And you can see little splatters of blood coming around from the edges of it. Looks like somebody had bad luck going through this room.
Gross. Mop it up.
Does it look like it's old?
No, it looks like this happened recently, like within the last hour or so.
Oh wow.
Wait, let me see that it's a sacrifice. Like that part was a quip, and then I just added sacrifice.
Excellent.
I'll look for traps again to make sure that that's not going to happen to at least me.
Wonderful. Give me, are you relying on mysticism or enigmas?
Mysticism.
All right, give me a mysticism cunning roll, please.
Oof. 3 10s
Excellent.
Dang!
That's
and a 9 and a 9.
excellent. So that's seven successes. You have directorial control. So not only are there no traps in the room, but you can alter one aspect of the story. So when you gain directorial control over the scene, You can narrate events approaching in the next scene, such as a friend appearing on the scene, a monster fleeing, a wall collapsing to allow for escape, etc., etc. So you can
Okay.
narrate how you get out of this scene into the next scene.
Okay, so we all go over to the coin to check out the scene, and the guy is actually still partially alive. He's a mystic and he's a healer, and he uses his dying words to heal our party as we peace out and exit with glitter and confetti.
Excellent. I allow it. You all heal all your damage. He says, triggered the trap by accident coming through here, but if you go down that way, you'll find Pythonia and Dirk.
And he doesn't heal himself. He heals us. He dies.
I would have healed myself, but I used all my healing magics on you.
I loot the body.
I close the eyes.
Insult to injury.
He's not using it anymore.
Excellent. You get a strange magical ring.
Oh God!
You know what? I'm just gonna put it on impulsively.
Start using it. It'll be great.
You put the ring on. There's no
It
immediate.
clearly worked for him.
There's no immediate effect to the ring.
This is for the sequel.
I'm all for mysterious items that we don't know what they do. Let's do it. Let's just see what they do.
Yeah, that has
That's
never
right.
caused our party any trouble before.
Never.
No,
It is fucking great.
Never.
It's
Never.
how you get a sequel.
So do you
Yeah.
Like at the last scene,
Frodo.
we'll zoom on the ring.
Yeah, like the post movie cutscene.
exactly?
The Easter egg.
Oh
So,
God.
so do you go where the dying wizard pointed you to?
Yes.
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, why would we not take advice from a stranger under a giant boulder?
Excellent. I don't know why you wouldn't. That seems perfectly logical to me.
He stole his shit and left.
As you follow the area, you come to a hallway, and when you reach the hallway, the camera angle cuts to above, and we see once again a clearly matte painted pit that does appear to be bottomless as long as the camera stays on the right angle above it. And there's a rope bridge that is extended across it. Now, several pieces of this rope bridge are missing. Looks like some of them have snapped, and based on the dust sort of floating in the air, you think this might have been recent breaks as well. How would you like to get across this cavern?
Just gonna fly across it.
Excellent.
Sorcery, my least favorite muscle.
I mean, like, I don't know why this is so hard for you guys. You guys make it look really difficult.
So Gabrielle will say, "There is a trick to it. Let me try," which is one of her quips. And she will like cartwheel, tumble, gymnastics performance, bouncing off the ropes and the planks across the gaps.
That'll be another athletics dexterity. You'll have a +1 enhancement.
That's gonna be cool.
I'm gonna say, give me just a minute, and take my time trying to get across it, like jumping,
Board to board.
Yeah. like Mario.
Yes.
One success, and I didn't know how to input the enhancement, but the one enhancement.
That's fine. So that becomes a total of 2 successes. You like hop and jump and run along the top of the rope where it's gapped too wide, and do like a Mary Lou Retton dismount. In fact, it is half the budget of this film.
The wire work, just like at the top of the
Right.
frame.
Half of the budget of this film was used for Mary Lou Retton to do a cameo as your stunt double on this last flip as she lands. And the camera cuts away just late enough that people can tell it was really her. Are we relying on athletics and dexterity to get across for Gwendolyn as well?
What is my other option?
You could try if you have some magic to try to get across. You could try using athletics and might if you want to like try to just pull yourself along the rope.
That doesn't help me
Um,
either. I mean, stamina would help me, but not.
I mean, stamina if you just want to like hang and slowly like hand over hand.
Like monkey bars.
Yes,
I'll do that.
excellent. Give me an athletics and stamina roll, please.
But like standing on the other side, of course, that does not look ridiculous at all. You like go
So-
underneath the bridge.
That's 5
Three
successes.
and 2 of them, yeah. So yeah, that's not.
So not only does this work, but you can also take directorial control. So what would you like to happen in this scene now that you have director's control as you grab a hold and establish a firm grasp on the rope?
All right, I'm gonna make my way across to the other side, and immediately notice a way around the mouth of this other opening, so we don't have to go down if we don't want to.
Oh shit! I haven't crossed yet. Ah.
Excellent. How would you like
Now I
to?
know the other way.
Are you talking about another way around the bottom opening or the top?
No,
Opening?
to the new area.
Excellent. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
so you'll still have to go across. Sorry.
Oh, Gwendolyn.
So give me a dex and athletics or athletics and dex, please.
Can I do athletics and resolve because now I have to get across
Absolutely.
because everybody got across
Absolutely. I'll allow
and
it.
I can't be left behind.
Like Kirk Cameron. Although they don't know that yet.
That's true.
Well, I don't have any more additional dice now though because I'm not dying anymore.
That is
right?
true. That is true.
But I have 2 enhancements with my quips in case.
Yep.
I guess.
Excellent. So that's 2, 4, 6. So you
Well-
also gain directorial control. What would you like to do as you get to the other side?
I kind of want to do like a whole athletic thing over the bridge, and then the bridge breaks as soon as I like land. So like as I'm taking my last step, the bridge starts to fall, and I do like a dramatic like
An
jump,
explosion.
and then people think I died, and then you can see my head coming up, and I'm like, oh, look at my trap. And then
The bridge explodes, and you cool guy walk away.
Excellent. I love it. There is,
Going off the rails.
for some reason, your foot sparks as you're leaping across, lighting the bridge on fire, which then explodes. But it cuts to like a stock footage of an explosion that's not even inside of a cave. It's just an explosion during the day. And then it cuts
a whole
back to
mushroom
you,
cloud.
sort of like hanging off the edge, and you pull yourself up. You can go down the stairs, or you realize you can just walk across the matte painting over to here if you want to take a shortcut. Is that the plan then, is to take the shortcut?
I'm a
Sure.
fan of the shortcut.
Excellent. You walk across the painting as if walking on air, but really just walking across the painting, and make your way to the next set of stairs. As you step into this room, before you, you see a large hollowed out chamber. There's some various items. Looks like there was a campfire here at one point, a couple barrels, some hay, and there's a pillar. And atop of the pillar, you can see a sword stuck inside the stone that is glistening with magical power. At the base of the pillar, you see both local folk hero Dirk the Destroyer, who is clad in plate mail armor, and the snake folk Pythonia, who is wearing a robe, standing down here. And she looks over and hisses at you, interlopers.
I don't know if we have to immediately do anything, but I would like to teleport over. My goal is to teleport over to the sword and then teleport back to where we are with the sword because I
then we
need
should
that.
use a rewrite. We should use the pause for monologue rewrite so Pythonia will start chatting, and then you can do that without her noticing.
Okay.
Excellent. All right. So pause for monologue takes what is that? 2 rewrites? 1 rewrite.
One rewrite.
And then I have to roll mysticism and cunning for my teleporting, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
just need to get a success on it.
Sorry, I have to erase the other dice.
It says they won't notice you repositioning, escaping, setting traps, or beating up their minions, even if their minions cry and try to get their attention.
Wow.
Only directly
That's intense.
attacking them will get them to notice you.
Okay, I won't talk to her. I got 2 9s and a 10, so 4 successes. And I just had equip, so I get an enhancement.
So that's 5. So you pop over. Oh, sorry. You pop over and are able to pull the sword out. You gain directorial control. So what would you like to have happen as you pull the sword out?
What was the legend of the sword again? Is it like King Arthur's sword?
Only a folk hero can take it out. Apparently, it is an extremely powerful sword that will grant the wielder fabulous secret powers when they hold it aloft and say, "By the power of the sorcerer sword, I have the power."
Oh my god. Okay. So, can I pull it out of the stone?
Yep, you have directorial control. Absolutely, you
Okay.
are worthy. You're
I
all
will-
those mean things your parents said to you back at the puppet factory are not true. You are worthy, and you pull the sword.
That'll teach you, Mom. I wasn't a mistake.
No.
And I pull the sword out, and I'll yell the by the power.
By the power of the sword, I have the power.
Wait, by the power of what?
The
Of the
sorcerer
sword.
sword.
The sorcerer's sword. I have the power. I'm definitely gonna see what happens after that.
Excellent.
But like,
Lightning shoots down out of the sky and hits you, and you begin glowing with energy. And the whole while this is happening, Pythonia is explaining how she had duped this poor fool into gathering the sword for her, and once he has it, she's going to kill him and take it. What would the rest of you like to do while Pythonia is monologuing and you have 2 turns to kill? Dirk is just looking at her like in increasing confusion and horror as she's.
So I would like to explain to Dirk. She tried to kill you. She's the bad guy. Kill her back. Try and persuade him to get on our side and attack her with us.
Excellent. You can make a. That would be a persuasion and probably presence or manipulation roll, I would imagine.
I'll do manipulation. That's 1 better.
do it.
All right, so that is
Wow.
that is a
That's
disaster.
a big fat nothing.
Yes, you can spend 2 rewrites to turn it into not a disaster, or you can let it happen.
You know, I'm just gonna let this happen. Where like Gabriel is trying to be like, she's shady. You should work for us because we're also shady. Wait, what? Oops.
Excellent. That is enough to.
Can I use a rewrite? Okay, this is the idea. You guys can veto my rewrite. I am going to run at her with my sword aloft and use, in accordance with the prophecy, I was supposed to kill the Gorgon, and I'm just gonna chop her head off. Yep.
I also would really like you and the other guy to like, what is it when they do the thing in Dragon Ball Z? Because you should.
Fusion dance.
Yeah, you guys should fuse.
Excellent. So
But I'm
you're,
okay with your rewrite. I'm okay. It depends on everybody else. I'm fine with the
I'm
rewrite.
fine with everything.
so you're going to spend, in accordance with the prophecy, rush forward and chop Pythonia's head off.
Yep.
Excellent. You shout, in accordance with the prophecy, I end you, and chop Pythonia's head off. While she's in the middle of a monologue. She doesn't even get to finish her monologue. She just dies unceremoniously. And you,
Very anticlimactic ending.
as the body falls to the ground, you hear the actress that's doing the voice just like, somebody needs to talk to my agent about this. But the rest of you can go ahead and roll initiative because Dirk is angry.
Oh,
Sorry, guys.
oopsie.
What are the initiative options?
It is the higher of your. Higher of your athletics plus cunning or empathy plus dexterity.
I got 2 10s.
All right, so that's 4 successes.
Athletics plus cunning or athletics plus dex?
It's athletics plus cunning or empathy plus dex.
Oh. I have no empathy.
Surprisingly, I do.
So much.
Quelle surprise. Ellie.
Dirk goes on 2. And what did you get, Rachel?
2.
2. Excellent. And what did you get for your character, Melina?
7.
7. And what did you get, Sarah?
0.
Excellent. The first action goes to. I forgot your name already. What was it?
Deuce.
Deuce.
he doesn't want to remember it. He
I
doesn't
don't.
want to.
I don't.
Deuce.
It is Deuce's action. What would Deuce like to do?
I want to beat up Dirk, obviously. But how? How am I going to do it? Well, I have 7 successes.
Well, that was just for your initiative.
I
So
know it's such a waste.
it is, but you
Um,
still do get directorial control, so you can add a story element.
Does Pythonia have the same power as me?
The gaze power,
Yeah.
if you want her to, you have the directorial control.
I want to take Pythonia's head, like the Medusa head from the Greek mythology, and face Dirk and open her eyes like Clockwork Orange
Nice.
All right.
and freeze him in place.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll your mysticism and let's do cunning.
Let's see. And I'm going to say one of my quips. It's not you, it's me. I don't like you.
Excellent. You have an enhancement.
So, mysticism and cunning, right?
Yep.
Or was it presence?
Presence. I'm sorry. Yes.
Wait, did I just shoot myself in the foot? Because I think I have more cunning than I have presence. Well, I guess it would be cunning, technically. Yeah, I think it would be cunning because it was a really good idea that I had.
Yeah. If the power. If
If
the
I
power
do say
calls
so
for.
myself.
If the power calls for presence, roll presence.
Travis.
It's not your birthday yet.
Yes, I can tell you've been having no fun whatsoever all night.
I rolled. I can't see what it was.
You got five successes on 3 dice plus
Damn.
What's my
Uh,
quip?
plus your enhancement, so
Successes.
6 successes. Yeah.
Nice.
So you hold the head open, and as Dirk rushes forward, his body turns to stone, but he was moving toward you with such ferocity that his body crumbles under the weight of his own motion. Um, how would you like this scene to end since you have the directorial control?
I take a burlap bag out of like my pocket. I shake it open. I stuff Pythonia's head on it. Draw the little drawstring. Throw it over my shoulder. I go over to Poppy, kiss her.
With my sword, because the sword has to be there too.
Yeah, you like part the. So, are you carrying a bouquet of swords and the sorcerer sword? at
I
this
am
point?
carrying a bouquet of swords, and I'm absolutely standing on top of this rock doing cool sword tricks. I had no idea there was a battle going on.
Excellent. You climb up, part the swords, and reach in and give Poppy
And then they hold the bag above like it's the Breakfast Club.
excellent. And in fact it cuts and swells as like Dokken comes up in the background, and we have like Fast Times at Ridgemont High montage of what happens to our cast
Yes.
members. So
Yes.
starting with Gwendolyn, our sage, as it cuts over to Gwendolyn, and we see Gwendolyn sitting on horseback. What does the text in friendly blue lettering along the bottom of the screen say about what Gwendolyn went on to do?
I have no idea.
It can very well say Gwendolyn has no idea what happened from this day
Wait, what's
forward.
your thing? Give me a minute.
Right? Give me a minute, just a minute.
It says, "Give me a minute, just a minute," and it cuts away, and maybe it'll cut back. It cuts over to Gabrielle. What does Gabrielle's Fast Times at Ridgemont High / Animal House ending screen look like? What does it say?
So she's taken second watch. So it's the middle of the night. The campfire has burnt down low, but not too low to not not have good lighting because it's a movie after all. And she's sitting on a log and just trying to take the ring off her finger, and it's not moving.
Excellent.
There is going to be a sequel.
And it says the mysterious ring will return in Return
Phase 2.
of the Sorcerer Sword.
The second sword.
Then it cuts.
Sword number 2.
It cuts to Deuce. What's Deuce's end screen look like?
Deuce is on a magnificent horse with his magnificent visors on, and Poppy is on the back of the horse, holding on majestically to his thick barrel chest.
Yep. Somehow his hair has grown out.
Yeah, his hair
like
has
Fabio.
grown out, is flowing in the wind.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
And they lived happily ever after.
I mean, we clearly got married. Mm-hmm.
In fact, yes, it says, and they lived happily ever after. And then there's water sprays up in the background that says, and they got married when Jaws came out of the water at Universal Studios. And then it cuts to one final screen that says Willem did finally get to see the sailboat. And that is the end credits of our film. Any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns about our voyage into They Came from the Cyclops' Cave using the quick play rules from They Came from the RPG Anthology?
So how many Oscars and or Razzies did we win?
I would say, given the quality of this film, everybody was nominated for a Razzie. But unfortunately, Catwoman came out the same year, so Halle Berry took it on.
I love this. I love these games. There's so much fun. And just imagine how different it would have been if I had died right away when I got stabbed several times.
You drew all the fire. Like,
You
none of us
literally
got
were gonna
stabbed.
die.
You were the one who got stabbed.
You did.
I
Hate
love
that.
these rewrite things,
It's
these
true.
cinematics. This game is just so much fun. Everybody that's listening, just do go to the Kickstarter, go back it, like you won't regret it. It's just a good time.
And we did it, in like a 2-hour thing, right? Like
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
so fun for
Faster
a
than
one
setting
like a
up for
Saturday
settlers.
night.
The
Right.
Yeah.
same length as a cinema
Yes.
film.
Right.
It is
just
faster
hilarious.
than setting up for settlers of Catan.
Imagine if we were drinking, it would have been even better.
Exactly.
You weren't drinking.
I am not drinking. I am not drinking. I have water.
It's not too difficult to come up with a little couple of scene plot that runs in about the amount of time it would take to watch a movie. You can absolutely do much more complicated plots. You can absolutely, you can use the full Story Path Ultra rules that are available in They Came from the RPG Anthology. And if you liked the setting we played in, They Came from the Cyclops' Cave, it's available as an add-on at the anthology Kickstarter. So you can go in and back for the anthology. You can add on a Cyclops' Cave PDF. I think it costs like $10 or something like that. It's not much. And get even more great settings. We are, as of right now, I just looked, we have about 15 hours left. And it looks like we're about $345 or so away from unlocking our next stretch goal, which is one more setting. So right now, They Came from the RPG Anthology has 9 settings in this core book. They include the Western setting of They Came from the Cowboys Gulch, the Noir setting of They Came from the Mean Streets. They have the period dramas called They Came from Bridgeton Rectory. The stage works of Shakespeare with They Came from the Bard's Quill. The space opera oriented They Came from the Interstellar Starship. And then we also had several that were determined by backer votes. And those just wrapped up this past week. I want to make sure I'm not messing up what any of the backer voted ones were. So we have They Came from the Billiard Room with Candlestick, which is mystery films. They Came from Beneath Capes and Cowls, which is 1950s and 60s superhero genre. So like Adam West, Batman, things like that.
That's awesome.
And this would be perfect for that. Unfortunately, They Came from Dawkins Creek, which was the Dawson's Creek parody, did not get through the voting process. I was pulling for it because if you mix that with They Came from Capes and Cowls, you would basically have Smallville. But you could just as easily use the trope, the archetypes from They Came from Camp Murder Lake and make that work too, because they're teen movie archetypes after all. But yeah, so lots of settings. All of this is under one cover with the They Came from the RPG Anthology. So please, if you've not yet done so, head over there, back that. Also, I do want to remind everybody that we had 2 amazing releases come out today. We have the Stampede of Justice, the jumpstart for Trinity Continuum Adventure. Fun fact about that: Adventure came out in 2001, I believe, and this is the first edition of Adventure came out in 2001. This is the first supplement for Adventure that's ever come out. So the first edition only had the one book. Second edition, the core book is now out, and now we have our first supplement. But lots more in the mail, so go check out that Jumpstart if you want to get a look at the world of Trinity Continuum Adventure. And speaking of whole new worlds, we have the World Below Ashcan edition is now out, which is an introduction of the first Story Path Ultra exclusive setting. It's a dark fantasy world of subterranean horror and adventure. There were several wonderful folks worked on that book, not the least of which are the Eternal Ed Greenwood, as we referred to him as on the panel earlier. You might have heard of him from the Forgotten Realms, as well as the late, great Leith Shields. So there's a lot of amazing people worked on that. I would love to hear your thoughts. And you can check out the Ash Can, which gives you a basic overview of the world and enough material to play through a single one-shot session. And it's only $4.99, so go grab it. It's currently in an advanced PDF release, so we are getting feedback. When you buy it, you'll get a link to a Google form. Please pick it up. Let us know what you think. I think I have done all of the paying of the bills that I need to do, so I will go ahead and shoot the horn and let everybody tell us who they are, what they do, who they've been playing, pronouns, and anything they would care to promote. And we will start this off this week with Sarah, who is right above my head.
Hello, I am Sarah Sharnover, she, her. I played Gwendolyn, she, her. I am a writer. I stream on Twitch. I do all kinds of weird stuff. Usually as Wordsmith Sarah, but yeah, so I'm kind of all over the place. And I'm tired. And so, yeah.
It's been a long weekend. Sarah was among the wonderful folks who did tech for Onyx PathCon, so we are all still very much in recovery. It was,
And I also have a day job, so I'm doing that on the side as well.
yeah, it was a wonderful, fun weekend, but I'm happy to have a couple days off when this
Yes.
stream is done. Next up, and I've thrown the link to Sarah's Twitch over in the chat. Please go give her a follow and a sub. Next up, Allie, all your pertinence, please.
Hi, I'm Allie. I was playing Poppy. We are both she, her. And I am doing keynote speaker position for the Pride event happening at my G Work Friday. It's at like 5 a.m. because it's a European time based thing. But it will be recorded and I can share that afterwards. But it's basically, I'm going to be talking about being your authentic self and mental health and how Pride was part of that journey for me.
That is awesome. And I will throw the links to both register if you want to attend that virtually. That link is there in the chat. And the second link is just the overall information about the event, correct?
Yep, there's other speakers, so you can see the list of speakers and stuff there too if you're interested in anything particular.
Well, that's awesome, and congratulations. And I'm
Thank
very
you.
happy to see that you're getting a chance to do that. That
Thank
is
you.
super cool. So everybody go and check it out. And are you going to be taking questions during it, or are you just giving it like a
There will be.
speech?
Yep.
Well, then
There'll be time for Q&A afterwards.
go ask Allie some smart questions. Or some silly ones. Let's make it fun. Why not?
Yep.
And next, that brings us around to Rachel. Happy belated birthday, Rachel. Rachel's birthday was
you.
this week, and that's why we got some extra
Yay.
rewrites, allowing
It
us
was
to do extra
yesterday.
silly.
Thank you.
Yes. Happy belated.
Thank you. So yeah, my name is Rachel. I am Stolen Fires pretty much everywhere on the internet, including Twitch, where you can watch me running on Friday a Blade Runner game, which is a lot of fun, and on Monday, a Dragon Age game, which is also a whole lot of fun. We also have a couple people running Strahd and BattleTech there. And you can also find me not as Stolen Fires, but under my government name, Rachel, over on Start Playing, where I've started doing paid GM sessions. My inaugural game is going to be a Call of Cthulhu game set in the time of ancient Rome. It's called Return to Teutoburg Forest.
Awesome. So definitely check that out. Start Playing is an amazing site. Highly recommend it. We partnered up with them for Onyx PathCon, obviously, but we also have Onyx Path Game Night, which is the last Friday of every month coming up here. You can get together and run any Onyx Path game. This month we are focusing a bit of attention on They Came From because of the Kickstarter, obviously. But if you wanted to run or play anything, anything is pretty much open for game night. So as long as it's published by Onyx Path, and let me see if I can get the link to the game night registry.
Oh, that's really cool, because I've been thinking about starting a Dark Ages vampire game as well.
Well, hey, you should post something up for game night.
I
It's
should.
the last Friday of every month. This month's falls on 6:30. So schedule depending, I might be running the They Came From Beneath the Sea Jumpstart Party Beach Creature feature, which I also wrote. It is a cross between Reefer Madness, Beach Blanket, Bingo, and the Creature from the Black Lagoon, basically. So, how much more fun could you possibly ask for? Yeah, definitely go check out Rachel's stuff over at Start Playing. And Rachel, you should definitely run something for Onyx Path Game Night. It would be super fun.
It's the same day as my Blade Runner game, but I'll see what I can make happen.
Well, and it also runs like overnight, like that morning and overnight. So if you want to schedule something for Saturday that's on that weekend, that's fine. That still counts as
Oh,
game night.
okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot easier.
Yeah. And last but not least, that brings us to Milena. Please tell us all your pertinent details.
Hi, I'm Milena, she, they. I played do, he, him, and it was really fun. In real life, I am an illustrator and yoga teacher and aerial yoga teacher and now personal trainer in Chicago. I do a lot of things online. I have my art Instagram, which is my name at Milena Deneno. I have a movement Instagram, which is at Milena Moves Mindfully. I have a Patreon that's getting a juicing pretty soon. I'm gonna juice it up a little bit, give the people what they want, and and that's it for me. I have nothing really coming up other than probably an internship pretty soon, and hopefully more money. So that's it.
Well, congratulations on your certification. I've thrown the link to your Patreon in the chat. I would recommend everybody go over and throw money at Milena because Milena does awesome stuff. All right. Well, this does wrap us up a little bit early, but that's okay. I've suffered worse fates. I want to once again thank everyone who is on the screen with me for a wonderful time exploring. They came from the RPG anthology and they came from the Cyclops Cave. I would like to one more time implore you to please head over to Kickstarter and pick up They Came from the RPG anthology. We are mere hours away from the end. As of right now, about 15 hours left. So if you're waiting for the last minute, you've waited too long. Get on it. And otherwise, we will be back here in 2 weeks' time, theoretically returning to the Scarred Lands if we can all remember where we parked. Till then, take care of yourselves and one another. Wash your hands, wear masks, get your shots, all that good stuff, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye.